Alright folks, welcome back to the channel. Today's adventure brings me just down the road from my campsite at Browns Tract. I am at Browns Tract Upper Pond. I'm going to be heading out on there today. What started out to be a horrible day as I was rudely awakened this morning by Mother Nature with a couple of big bangs and a lightning strike. But the sun is out. It is about 70 degrees. So let's go check out this pond. So this is Browns Tract Upper Pond, and it is a pond. It looks like there's a nice little beach area right there, and how quickly things change, because the sun was shining when I just got in like 2 minutes ago, and already we got clouds moving in. We may get rained on. So yes, this is Browns Tract Upper Pond. It's located in the Pigeon Lake Wilderness, and it's northeast of Inlet and just west of the Browns Tract DEC campground, where I'm currently staying, and I'll have a review out on that later on. But this area is such a great area, very remote, and there are some unlikely heroes of why this area remained this remote. I'll tell you, the history of the Adirondacks is very interesting, and some of the things that was going on. And while the development was happening in the northern and eastern Adirondacks of mining and lumbering, this area here was very remote, very hard to lumber, because getting the logs out was very hard. But in this property records show that in 1787, the property was conveyed by the state to Alexander Macomb, and then later was bought by John Brown. Became Browns Tract, and there's several thousand acres here, I would believe. But this area was known for the hunting and fishing, so there were guides that would bring in the tourism. They would bring in the hunters, they would bring in the fishermen, and they realized that to keep their livelihood going, there needed to be some measures taken to protect the forest and to protect the wild game of this forest. So these guides banded themselves together to prevent the Adirondacks' rapid and unlawful destruction by irresponsible persons and landowners. So the Browns Tract Guides Association was organized, and these guides were the true sportsmen and law-abiding citizens of the time. They loved the forest, they loved the native game here, and they knew that there had to be some measures taken to protect it. So they protested against the lumbering and cutting of timber from state land. They also petitioned the state to increase the number of forest protectors, forest rangers. Even though it would hurt their livelihood, they demanded for hunting seasons and fishing seasons so the game and the fish would not be depleted. Now, one of the big examples of game being depleted in the Adirondacks is the cougar. Cougar was very prevalent here in the Adirondacks in the early 1800s, and by the mid 1800s it was just open season on them all the time. Townships and even the state were paying people to kill these cougars, and they basically eradicated them from the Adirondacks. Even though I still think there's some cougars still here in the Adirondacks, because I've seen one. Believe it or not, of all the time I've been out, I still have not seen a moose. I'm hoping to see a moose sometime, but I just have not seen that elusive moose. There's probably more moose than cougars here in the Adirondacks, but I've seen a cougar, but not a moose. Get that? I don't know. But it was these guides who led to the state having hunting seasons and fishing seasons, because they had the foresight to know that if things kept going the way they were, the wildlife would be depleted, the timber would be depleted. So Browns Tract area here in the Pigeon Lake Forest, wilderness I should say, thanks to them folks, this still is a very remote area and just a fun area to come in and be here. So I'm going to paddle around some more, and hopefully the rain will hold off. The sky is kind of cleared up a little bit since when I put the kayak in, but yeah, we still got some clouds here. Alright folks, you watched all the way through. Thanks for that. If you liked the video, make sure to give me a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed, click the subscribe button down below. Continue to follow the adventure. And remember, folks, tomorrow is no guarantee for any one of us. So disconnect from that Wi-Fi, connect to this out here. You won't be disappointed.